We call it Tamu Massif, that's the name we gave it, and it's a volcano about 1,000 miles east of Japan, and because it's under the ocean, you can't see through the ocean, and so we have to go out on a ship and use geophysical techniques to find it. So it's hard to find. Well, we knew that mountain was out there for a couple of generations. We've known that there was something called Shatsky Rise, a big undersea mountain range. But what we didn't know was what it was like on the inside. And a few years ago, we were able to take out basically oil company seismic, where we use loud noises to penetrate deep into the bottom and listen to the sound coming back. And what we could see was that there were lava flows that come out of the center, and no matter how we go across it, the lava flows always come from the center and go down. So it's a single volcano and not a mountain made up of a bunch of volcanoes. So is Tamu Massif active, and if not, could it be reawakened? Well, that's an interesting question because it's big and it would be bad if it went off. It was erupting 145 million years ago, so the dinosaurs were running around back then. And fortunately, it's gone dormant, and it's probably not going to be reawakened because the source of magma underneath this thing that came up to make the volcano was down near the equator, and it's up near Japan now. So it's a long way away from its source. So there's virtually no chance that it would start again. So did this volcano have an effect on the environment? Well, that's a really interesting question because you would expect it would. And so scientists who have been studying big volcanoes like this one have been looking for that fingerprint in the geologic record. And unfortunately with Shatsky Rise, we don't see it. So maybe it didn't have a big effect on the climate. And maybe that's because it's under the ocean. So could there be a bigger volcano hiding out there in the world's ocean? Well, yes, in fact, there could be. The biggest problem is this thing is so big, it's the size of New Mexico, so it takes a long time and a lot of money to study it. And there are other oceanic plateaus out there. Manahiki Plateau is bigger. Ongtong Java Plateau is bigger, but we just don't know what they look like on the inside. There are other colleagues of mine who are studying it, and maybe in a few years they'll be able to tell us that that's the biggest volcano in the world. I hope they do because it'll be very exciting.